most, but I do a lot. I'ma make a toast, cause we still alive. No big, I feel like Pac. I shoot a shot. I'm coming in hot. Coming in hot. Hey, why not? Yeah, coming in hot. Coming in hot. Just like the fajita. I write what I live. My life in the speaker. I'm nice with the flow. Just like the demeanor. I'm feeding my fam. I'm feeding the meter. They got the iron while I got the steamer. I bring the fire, but you never seen her. I testify, I don't need a subpoena. They want my soul, better go to Korea. I love my dog just like I'm Peter. Gotta protect him. I made the call up, but just like I'm repping. I know we left, yeah, now we back together, but I guess that is better now. Later than never, like, what's happening? I'ma need y'all quit asking when. Me and my wife gonna have some kids. Right now, we just practicing. Teacher said quit rapping, man. That gon' hurt my average. I said thank God I ain't average. Yeah, I'm a bright young man. Kill the GPA and the BPM. Look, we on. So say what you say, cause that's A with Lecrae. From the A train to the A, I'm coming in hot.
All right. Hello. Welcome to the stretch with Miss Imani. Are you ready? Are you ready? Do you have your mat out? Do you have your nice plush rug? Whatever the case may be. Let's get into this stretch. We're going to start. It's two sections, two 15-minute sections. The first one is word. The second one is music. Okay. So if you can join me for both, fantastic. If you can join me for one, it's still fantastic. This stretch is about consistently moving, stretching, pushing yourself, loving yourself, caring for yourself, giving yourself some grace all at the same time, okay? The very first stretch, every stretch is 60 seconds. You're going to hear a notification. Ding! It's going to go off and let you know that stretch is over. We're moving to the next one. The very first stretch is the famous monster stretch. The monster stretch is slow. It's whatever you want to do. Matter of fact, move your body in the ugliest, weirdest way, breathing nice and deep and nice and slow because it's the first stretch. Don't make this deep, okay? Do the best you can. If you want to go harder than I'm going, go ahead. If you need to take your time and be a little bit behind, go ahead. This is about what you need for your body because I need you to listen to your body. For example, what do I mean? Okay, let's deal with my neck. If I'm trying to stretch my neck out, I'm not gonna just go. Ugh. I'm not gonna do that because that's how you hurt yourself. You're just trying to beat your body into submission. That's not what we're doing. Listening means going nice and slow and feeling like, okay, let me see what's going on here. Okay, all right, neck. Okay, I see. It's listening. Oh, okay, you're a little stiff right there. I feel that. All right, we're not gonna go too far there. All right, I feel that. I feel a little something here. We're gonna take our time. We're not gonna jump to the next side. We're gonna go nice and slow because I feel the muscles. I feel everything trying to warm up and wake up. That's what I mean by listening to your own body. And in that way, you will probably know your body better than the doctor or other people because you listen to it. You know when, oh, something, I can feel something here going on with this muscle. Your body is going to communicate with you. It's going to let you know something's up. All right. You just have to pay attention to it. It's like a relationship. The signs will be there. People communicate verbally, they communicate non-verbally, they communicate with their actions, what they do, what they don't do, what they say, and what they don't say. And so with your body is communicating things to you. And so this is the time to take those deep breaths and just really just give your body this 15 minutes. Pay attention, okay? That's what we're doing. You're going to see a timer in the corner. We're going to go ahead and get started with this word. I am going to start off where I left off with the stretch last time. Yesterday, the stretch was talking about this right here, the mouth. The word was talking about the mouth. So let's go ahead and pick back up. It was powerful. I didn't even want to stop. So we're going to pick back up there on the word. Are you ready? Listen to the words. And as you're listening to the words, apply the words in your stretch. Use that energy, however it resonates with you, of what you're hearing. Put it into action. Put it into the movement. Whatever you are sensing, whatever you are feeling, the motivation, put it out there. Like, this is just, okay, I'm just going to put my hands out here. This is bringing things into activity and waking up your body. So take that word, hear it, process it, digest it, and put it back out in the movement. Put it back out in the stretch. Are you ready? I'm not going to keep talking. Let's do this.
I don't do the most, but I do a lot.
I graduated from college 40 years ago this next year. A war had just started. We went by train and bus everywhere. I drove a car, if you had one. No such thing as a Holiday Inn. No McDonald's hamburgers. I don't know how we made it.
Warm up.
No Kentucky Fried Chicken. No interstate highways. Elvis Presley was just a little boy. The Beatles had just been born. Never dreamed of a space shuttle. Roosevelt was still president. It seemed like he was going to be president from then on. And most of you were not born that are here today. And how quickly the years pass. There may not be a tomorrow for you and for me, because there's a warning to time. Do not halt between two opinions. Fools say that time is long. Every morning we have 86,400 seconds to spend and to invest. And each day the bank named time opens a new account for you and for me. It allows no balances and no overdrafts. If you fail to use the day's deposits, the loss is yours.
I believe if you start your day with God, it's going to change your life. I believe that how you start will impact how you finish. And if you start your day right, you can end your day right. And there are too many people who aren't having success throughout their days, not realizing that the way they started didn't give them the motivation and the inspiration and the jump start that they really need. But we're going to solve that right here. I'm going to tell you how to start your day, and it starts with this. You have to start your day with God. Nope, you're not starting your day with your spouse, even though you love them so much. You're not starting your day with your kids, even though they're precious and beautiful. You're not starting your day with the television. Nope, I know that's your favorite show, but you got to tell everybody and everything to pause so that you can get some time with God. I believe this. I believe that when you start your day with God, you receive the fuel that you need to be successful throughout the day. So many people go throughout each and every day on E. You are empty. You have poured out and given to so many people. You find yourself emotionally empty. You find yourself spiritually empty, and you are frustrated and tired and annoyed and irritable. What it is you don't have any fuel for your day. But when you start your day with God and you rest in his presence, you come out of that moment filled with fuel. And I'm trying to get you fueled for the rest of your day. Here's what you got to do. You got to get up early. That's right. You got to set your alarm clock. You got to wake up early in the morning. The Bible tells us that Jesus rose up early in the morning so that he could start his day with God. Man, you got to get up. I'm sorry, but you can't keep sleeping till 9 o'clock. Whatever time you choose, I need you to make a decision today. I'm getting up early. Stop sleeping your time with God away. You're going to have to wake up.
The first step to success is to get your mind right. The second step is to get your mouth right. The words you verbalize are a direct reflection of the beliefs that you have internalized. I can spend 2 minutes with you in conversation, and by the words you use and the faith that I feel behind those words, I can tell you exactly where you're going in life. Words set outcomes in motion. God has given us the power to create with our mouths. When you are going through the trial, the tribulation, the challenge, the struggle, whatever it is you're facing, I want you to remember this. Your mind, your faith, and your mouth are your weapons. Success has to be first spoken into existence. Now, the words you say are either moving you closer to your dreams or moving you further away. I'm gonna tell you the secret. When you learn to tame your tongue, you take control of your destiny. You get behind the steering wheel. When your mouth matches your mind, which aligns with your faith, nothing can stop you. That's what I'm talking about when I say blessed and unstoppable. It's your faith, your mind, and your words walking in agreement together. Your mouth carries full command of the realm around you. You have the ability to bless, curse, heal, or destroy every time you utter something out of your mouth. Acknowledging this transformative power is essential to building a life of success. Breakthroughs start in the mind, but it's your mouth that initiates the change. In order to seize possession of the victory, you have to do that with your words. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. Now it's time to declare the blessing. Every cell, muscle, tissue, fiber, joint, ligament, bone, organ, system in my body is functioning in the perfection which God intended for it to function. I call forth healing, complete restoration. For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee in our wounds, saith the Lord. My body radiates greatness. No sickness will have any dominion over me. I think like a champion. I speak like a champion. I work out like a champion. And when I sit down at the food table, the food I put in my body helps make me a better champion. My body is holy. My body is the temple. The spirit resides in my body, and I will treat my body with respect. I align every ounce of my being with my message. I look, I feel, I radiate greatness. Now I speak over my finances. Money comes to me easily, frequently, and abundantly in God's perfect way with no burden added to it. I am the master of money. Money does not own me, I own it. It serves me. I don't serve it. I am the head and not the tail, above, not below. I will lend to many nations and not borrow. I am a millionaire. That's right, I said I'm a millionaire. Scarcity and lack have no place in the life of a Christian. Isaac planted his crops that year, and he harvested 100 times more grain than he planted, for the Lord blessed him, and his wealth continued to grow. Money's coming to me pressed down, shaken together, and running over. My storehouses are overflowing with you, Lord, the overseer. I wrap every dollar with grace, love, and for the betterment of your kingdom. I speak over my relationships now. All the right mentors, mentees, coaches, teachers, people who have knowledge that I need to fulfill my God-given calling are now coming into my life. My marriage is one of unity, one of love, one of passion, one of friendship. We are united together as one under the one true God. I speak life over my wife. Love, joy, happiness, encouragement, inspiration, uplifting. Every word I speak builds her up. No sickness has any dominion over her. The devil has no place in her life. She is prosperous, successful, anointed, less than unstoppable in the name of Jesus. The devil has no place in my home. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord, united as one. I refuse to give the devil a foothold in my life, because no corrupt communication shall proceed out of my mouth. Fear has no dominion over me. For the Lord did not give me a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind. I believe. Champions don't run from fear, they attack it. I'm not in chains. I'm not in bondage. I'm not a slave to anything. For he who the Son sets free is free indeed, and I am free. Alcohol, drugs, lust, greed, pride, bitterness, jealousy, unforgiveness, anger, eating disorders, panic attacks, PTSD, cancer, heart attacks, strokes. None of these things have any dominion over me, because I'm blessed and unstoppable.
God is limited. I didn't make a mistake. God is limited. For I know, this is God talking, for I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you, not harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11. The only way I can to justify this particular text is because God is limited. It's got to be it. Why? Because God says, for I know the plans that I have for you. And for a lot of us, the plans that God has for us, those plans are not happening in our lives. So I'm going to say it again. God is limited. He's limited because of you. If you don't catch this, you're not going to catch the message. God says, I have plans to prosper you. And so you done got in some terrible marriages. You done got in some terrible relationships. You done made some crazy financial decisions. You ain't living the way you're supposed to be living. Your health is not where it's supposed to be. And so it has to be that if God is Alpha and Omega, if God is the beginning and the end, if God is all powerful and all knowing, the only way I can explain why your life don't look like Jeremiah 29 is because you put limits on God. Oh, my. If this text is right and God's got a plan for you and you got all kind of stuff on your vision board, but some of the stuff ain't happening, you are limiting God. God got a whole bunch of limits and they all start with you. Take the limits off of God, please. Take the boundaries off God. Take the chains off God. Free God up and let him be the creator in your life. But why do I stress peace, y'all? The reason why I stress peace, because it is a biblical construct. It's from the word of God. Peace is so deep. The Bible says, blessed are the peacemakers. You are limiting God. Shame on you, you hypocrite. You're always talking about non-believers and how they don't respect God. You know God. You know God. You know God, and you done put the same limits on God that non-believers put on him. The Bible says, and the peace of God, peace comes from heaven, and the peace of God, which surpasseth all understanding, will guard your heart and your mind through Christ Jesus. Are you hearing what I'm trying to tell you? Do you know that it's peace job to stand before your heart? Do you know it's peace job to stand before your mind? When you have peace, it protects, it binds the enemy. And you wondering why you can't sleep. And you wondering why you have a spirit of anxiety. You don't have your protector. I dare you to get your protector. I dare you to get your protector, which is peace. Let God protect your heart and your mind.
We already know what to do when God says yes. What will you do when God says no? In the words of an older gentleman, he told me one day, he said, young man, you can't speed up the river and you can't slow it down. At a certain point, you got to have some faith. When things happen to redirection, it's a part of the journey. It makes it even sweeter in the end when the purpose is greater and about something greater than you. But this is what I've understood. In life, some people don't need you to preach a sermon, they need you to live one. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. And I'm like, God, are we moving like that? And I come into my junior year, and I'm about to get exactly what I want. About to get this thing called NFL. 10 games away from this dream. This thing that I've been working for my whole life. My whole life is dedicated to this one game. I got the paperwork that states I'm about to be an NFL draft pick. NFL on top of the paper. Inky Johnson projected top 30 automatic multi-millionaire. Now all you have to do, the hard part's over. Just play the next 10 football games, Ink. You made it. And I go out in a silly game against Air Force, 2 minutes left, and I go to make a tackle that I can make with my eyes closed. And when I hit him, every breath from my body left. My body goes completely limp. I fall to the ground. I blacked out. My eyes open. I'm still not, too concerned because it's football. When my eyes open, guys run over. Ink, let's rock, man. Let's go. Let's finish him off. And I'm like, I can't. I said, I can't move. It's a shock. Neck to my toes. I can't feel anything. Shock leaves. It stays in my right arm and hand. I'm like, maybe I got a bad stinger. They put me on the spine board, wheeling me off the field. Doctor says to me as he's walking beside me, I don't know how you're still alive, son. You don't have any pulse. We get to the ambulance. My father's standing there. I'm like, Pops, I laid it on him, right? I put it on him, right? My dad's like, yeah, but I think you got the worst part of this one. Doctor said, we're going to take you over, run a couple tests, bring you back into the room. Everything
cool down.
They run the test, they bring you back into the room. Mom comes in, kisses, prays. Son, you'll be fine. Doctors rush in. Head boy says, hey, man, got to rush him back to surgery. He's about to die. If we don't perform this surgery tonight, I guarantee you won't be here no more. And now the thing I placed my identity in, now it's gone. That's why I laugh at people when they say, man, if I could just get this, I'll be. Man, if I could just get this position, I'll be. Woo! Man, if I could just get this amount of money, I'll be. I'm like, woo. But what happens even if you get it or you don't get it? What happens when God says yes and no? Like, do you have the ability to accept what you don't understand? Can you still see God's plan when it didn't go the way that you thought it would go? Can you handle when things get off course? I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, like, man, I'm
activity completed.
And God is redirecting me, and I'm like, God, just let me get to the NFL, then redirect me. Like, let me get the contract, then redirect me so I can help my family. And God is like, no, son, I need you to really go that way. And I'm like, you sure? Like, man, I need to go this way. He's like, no, I need you to go this way. I got something greater for you. Now, it might take a little longer to manifest, but I got something even sweeter. And I said, thank you, God. And I thought it was over after football got redirected. My life got redirected 2-3 more times before I even fell into my purpose and my mission and what I was supposed to be doing. It got redirected 2-3 more times. I'm thinking I'm going to be a coach. Just like every guy when he finishes the game. And I'll just coach. God's like, no, you ain't. I'm like, boy, this is easy. Nope, no peace. And I always tell a story about when my faith was fortified and my life went to another level. Was the only thing I had at that moment was a prayer and a book. And the prayer that I prayed was, Lord, I don't know what you want me to do. Exact prayer. I don't know what you want me to do. But people keep coming to me telling me, speak. Inky, you need to speak. And I'm like, I'm not speaking. And God brought me to the point where I had nothing. And I was on my knees and I said, Lord, listen, I don't know if this is what you want me to do, but I submit and let's rock. And the next morning I woke up, I had my book I had written. I got up and I looked at my wife. I said, I'm going to take this book to Oprah. And so I got my book, I got my suit. It's hot. Every door that opened, I ran in it. Hey, man, Inky Johnson drove from Atlanta. They're like, get out of here. I'm like, man, Oprah people are rude, man. I thought you was nice. You give away cars, like you're rude. So after getting kicked out like 4 doors, I go to the back of the building. I sit down, I put my back on the building, look up to the sky, and I'm like, God, man, thought it was you. I'm like, man, my wife would chew me out, man. I get up, I look down the sidewalk, and at this moment, there was nobody but Oprah and a security guard. Talking about nobody else. She's walking toward me, I'm walking toward her. I get a couple of feet away, I stop. She grabbed my suit. She said, hey, that's a nice suit. I said, thank you. I said, I drove from Atlanta, I wanted to get you my book. She said, oh, cool, great. I said, would you mind taking a picture? We take a picture, and I'm going to walk off. She said, I got to get in and do my show. I said, all right, thank you. And I'm going to walk off, and her security says to me, said, hey, young man, come here. I stopped, I went back to him. He said, I just want to tell you something. He said, what just happened never happens. He said, now, I don't know what's going to come out of it. I don't know book club, show. I don't know about any of that. He said, but I just want to make sure I tell you what just happened never happens. Like, God, are we really moving to the point where I can get up in Atlanta, Georgia, look at my wife, don't know nobody in Chicago, don't know nobody on Oprah's staff, and look at my wife and say, I'm going to meet Oprah. I got a certain level of faith that I'm going to meet Oprah. And God puts me face to face with Oprah and puts the book in her hand. I said, God, let's go. And so now I live my life a certain type of way according to what God has done. I live my life a certain type of way according to the power that I know the Lord possesses. I live my life a certain type. Like when I go to the Lord in prayer, I go bold. Like at a certain point, like what is it really about? Like, and I know the initial reaction when we go through things is to say, man, why did this have to happen to me? And it's an honest reaction. Because sometimes good people go through some crazy stuff. And some of the things we go through, I'm gonna just be real, it's not a scripture for it. At a certain point, you're gonna hit something.
Well, well, well. Well, well, well. Are you ready for the next 15 minutes? Boy, is my faith encouraged. I'm going to put this music on. I think the word spoke for itself. How did it resonate with you? Please drop me a message. Did anything in particular, bullseye, stick out to you? I'm just curious. All right. I'm going to put this music on so we could do this. Are you ready? All right. I'm just amazed right now. All right, so what music do we want to play today? I'm not 100% that I even thought about this. All right, let me go here. It's gonna be, oh, I did think about this. I did give this thought. Why am I? Okay. All right. I got so caught up in that message that I don't remember what music I had planned to play, but we're gonna go with this. Uh, let's go with this. You hear that? Okay, we're gonna go with our 15-minute stretch. And I'm gonna put the timer up. The first minute is yours. Okay? Don't follow me. I'm gonna go like this when it's time to follow me. So the second stretch will be together. All right, let's go.
Warm up. Cool down. Activity completed.
All right. All right. All right. I'm just going to say congratulations. You completed the stretch with Miss Imani today. The key is being consistent. The key is having a routine. The key is discipline. The key, according to what we heard today, is putting God first in everything. I also heard today, especially for me, this is a year of faith. So I also heard today to be persistent with some things. If it don't work out the way I thought it would work out, try again. Trust God with the journey. I know for me, like seriously, for me, jobs I've had, places I've lived, things I've done, I've authored a book, working on a second workbook. Never had in my mind or on my vision board to be an author. Never had in my mind to live where I'm living now, the city I'm living in now. Never was a thought. Lots of things that I have done, some places that I've traveled. Never thought I would go there, never dreamed of it. But what I did do is I just trusted God along the way, and God has guided me, and I've kept my ear listening. And I have to know the difference between God speaking and my trauma, or God speaking and my subconscious, or God speaking and me hearing a voice of somebody else that's negative, or God speaking and versus doubt speaking. And so I have to know the difference. And how I've been able to develop that is spending time um, with God in prayer, and spending time studying the Bible, and not just studying it, but studying it, praying before I study it, and studying with intentions to hear what God's intent is in what I'm reading. And I began to learn his ways, learn his voice. The Bible even talks about God's sheep will know his voice. You begin to know the difference. And many times God does not show me exactly what the end will look like, but he will show me the next step. And I have taken many steps of faith. Some of them I doubted myself, thinking, oh my God, I must have made a mistake because things did not turn out the way I thought it should turn out. But in the long game, in the longer game, God has always been faithful. All has been well. God has showed up in my life. Showed up and showed out. Matter of fact, I was telling a friend the other day, God has never, he has never disappointed me. He has never, when I say never, he's 100% coming through. He has never let me down in the long game, no matter what it looked like. So I hope you was encouraged today. I hope you feel better. I hope you're stretched out. I hope you are motivated to be your best self today or tonight. I hope you are motivated to share this video with somebody else, okay, that might benefit. And I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you next time. All right. Peace and blessings.